Now in this video I will teach you exactly how I have went from no discipline, playing video games 16 hours per day while hating my existence and doing nothing about that, to being able to work out every day without missing a day, tracking my calories and working really hard to my non-fitness related goals. Now this method that I used is simple, but it's hard. But there is one thing about it that I can guarantee to you: it works, because it worked for me. Why we need discipline? So this is the mechanism of achievement, and it is extremely important that you understand it before I tell you how to develop discipline. There are 4 steps and 1 loop in it. The first step is the prerequisite, and then after setting it up, we get into the loop, right? So the first step is setting the actual goal that we want to achieve. So in this case, let's talk about fitness because I'm really passionate about it. So running a marathon, and then after setting it, we get into this loop. Motivation. We are motivated to achieve the outcome, and then we take the action that gets us to the outcome, and then we see progress and we get motivated again to keep pushing. Now I wish it was that simple, because it's not. Motivation is a finite source and we are not going to see progress all the time along with it, and that's where discipline comes into the equation. When we see no progress and feel no motivation, we have to keep taking action, so we will keep pushing, and then we will see progress and we will get motivated again. Because when we see no positive feedback, it becomes depressing, and it's so crucial at that point in which 99% of men fail to keep pushing, and that's where discipline comes into the equation. Now how do we develop discipline? Because now when we have this goal of running a marathon, it's not that easy to use discipline to go for the 10k runs, because we are not that disciplined at first and we need to develop it, and there are 2 steps to that. Now before I tell you those steps, how do you actually develop discipline? In a nutshell, discipline works very similarly to a muscle, but there is one difference. We develop discipline by using it. That's the similar thing. So the more we use discipline in our day-to-day lives, the more disciplined that we will become by default. But the one difference is that when we train in the gym, the most important thing is intensity, because the harder that we train, the more damage that we will inflict on our muscles, meaning that we will make more progress in less time because we will inflict more damage in less time. But with discipline, it's all about repetitions, because the act of using discipline is doing what we don't feel like doing, and the moment that we do it, the amount of discipline gradually goes down, because we start to develop this positive feedback loop. And that's why the first step to develop discipline is to pick a goal, okay, and taking the action that is required to achieve this goal and taking 10% of it. And that's what we do in the first step. For the first month, we build a consistent effort, but because of the simple fact that we took a worthwhile goal, so we take a worthwhile goal, the act of achieving it requires a level of hard work, and we take this hard work, we make it smaller, easier, but it's still hard. So instead of running for 10 kilometers, we run for 1 or 2k per session, and it's still hard to go to this session, and that's where we use discipline, and it sucks. And then as we do it, it will stop to suck at some point in the future, and that's where we make it harder. We increase it from 1k or 2k to 3k, 4k, 5k. We start to use discipline again, and that's how you develop discipline. You start small, you develop the habits, and then you start to progress. Now if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to learn how I have developed insane work ethic, you can click on this video, and if you want to get free stuff from me, link in the description. Bye bro.